Welcome back to the channel. It's me, Eric. If you're new, please subscribe. So when we first picked up this car, it was trashed on the interior. I tried my best to get as much of the junk out of there as I could, but we got to go through this thing and get it back in shape. Alright, let's get into it. Here, I'm just removing the stock Recaro seats. That way, I can get a better access to the rest of the interior. These things are kind of hefty, coming in at roughly 50 pounds each. There was still so much junk left in the car, so I'm just going through by hand and picking up the large items. That way I can come back through with a vacuum. These seats are in really rough shape. You can see that the airbag went off on this one right here, and this seat right here has a little bit of excess wear right here next to your thigh. So I think instead of trying to get these all cleaned up, what I'm going to try and do is take them to an upholstery shop and get them repaired, and then once they're repaired I can go through and try and clean them up. So next thing we want to move on to is getting that airbag removed that's on the curtain. When the side airbag goes off, there's no fixing it. It is one and done, so your best bet is to remove it and replace it if that's what you're trying to do. Unfortunately, it did some damage to the headliner, so here I'm just trying to remove the 10mm bolts that hold the airbag canisters to the pillar. Now I move on to removing the headliner. If this thing was in good shape, I would have taken more care while removing it, but it's trashed. I'm not too concerned about creasing it. Here I'm removing the pillar trim pieces, a few clips, a few bolts, and these things come right off. You can never go wrong with a trim removal tool. They can help you pry at the pieces without damaging them. Next thing we get after is the center console. First, remove the cup holder, then the shift boot bezel, few screws and clips later, it comes right off. Finally, we get to move on to vacuuming up this mess. I just use a shop vac with the appropriate attachments to go over the interior floor carpets to pick up as much loose dirt and debris as possible. Same process. I'm just going over the seats to try and get as much of this stuff up as possible. The center console gets some love too. This escalated really quickly, but it's going to be worth it. The weight savings that we're going to get from this is definitely going to be worth it for sure. So you can see I took all of the sound deadening stuff off the firewall and then also removed the HVAC system as well. Right now the little steering column support beam is out of the car. We're going to do some modifications to that thing to make it a little bit lighter. But yeah. So this carpet is filthy. I don't even want to mention the floor under the carpet. I picked up Meguiar's carpet and upholstery cleaner and a drill brush attachment to agitate dirt and stains deep down in the carpet. That way I can get this thing smelling fresh and also be sanitary. I used the same process on the rear seats. Although these seats are not going back into the car, I want the next owner of these seats to have some fresh ones. I rented an extractor from Home Depot and it was totally worth it. You can see how much dirt and gunk this thing was pulling out, and I'm glad I didn't just use the cleaner. It was about $21 for 4 hours, and that was enough time to do the rear seats, and of course I used this on the carpet as well. Time to get the interior all buttoned back up. I hope you guys enjoyed that video. If you did, hit that like button and be sure to subscribe. There's going to be way more content coming. Next up, I'm going to be tearing down the motor on this car. So you're going to want to check that out. Alright, till next time.